Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing a first impressions slash mask with me video on the Peter Thomas Roth Pro Strength Lactic Pore treatment. This is what she looks like here. Before we begin the video, I'd love to start by thanking all of you for subscribing and for watching my videos. It literally means the world to me. Also, if you have not already done so, please be sure to add me on all of my other social media platforms. I will link my handles down below. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you do not miss an upload. Sorry if you can see that my setting spray is setting. This is the Peter Thomas Roth Pro Strength Lactic Pore Treatment. This is a 30% lactic acid complex. This is what the packaging looks like, and I've got to say I am digging it. 1.7 fluid ounces of Peter Thomas Roth Pro Strength Lactic Pore Treatment will set you back $88. She is currently available at Peter Thomas Roth and Sephora. This is a Sephora exclusive. So now let's chat about some ingredients. You do get a 30% lactic acid complex, and lactic acid is an AHA naturally found in milk and sugar. Lactic acid helps to break down the bonds between cells to allow for easier exfoliation of dead cellular debris, to decongest and minimize the look of pores. Lactic acid also hydrates the skin and inhibits discoloration. Within this formula, you also get witch hazel, which clarifies and clears away excess oils, and you also get 5% glycerin. This is a humectant and an emollient that helps to bind water to the skin. Glycerin is an excellent topical hydrator as it is easily accepted by the skin's cells. So now let's chat about our packaging. So this is the unit carton here, and I really like the unit carton. I don't typically say that all of the time because sometimes I don't get the unit carton when receiving things in PR, but I really do like it. It gives you a preview of the bottle or the unit that is inside, and the product definitely feels professional, at least the look of the packaging, from the font to the colors used. I am only reviewing the mask, but the retinoid peptide serum, which looks like this, and another mask that was recently released by Peter Thomas Roth, they are all designed similarly. So although it is not cohesive with the rest of Peter Thomas Roth's range, I do think that that was intentional, and it is meant to give you both pro results and pro vibes. The unit itself is packaged in a green tinted bottle. I feel like this is glass, and it also has a pump which you have to kind of twist to open and close. Initially when I opened it, this was covered in plastic, so I really appreciated that. I don't think there's anything I don't like about either of these. You'll see in the video that I was going to apply this on the skin after masking, but I was unable to because this is more of a nighttime treatment. So now we are going to move on to the demo portion of today's video. Hi everyone and welcome to the demo portion of today's video. Doing a first impression on the Peter Thomas Roth Pro Strength Lactic Pore Treatment. This is a 30% lactic acid complex mask. It's really hot. Let's chat about my skin first. We are pretty much done with our breakout here that we saw a couple videos back. Because I knew that I was going to be filming this video, I have avoided any chemical exfoliants and retinol use for about a week. Just because I haven't really ever used a lactic acid based mask on myself. I mostly work with glycolics, so I'm curious to see how my skin will react. So you could probably see it's a little dull. I haven't done extractions either. You'll probably see me sweat a lot throughout this video because it is blazingly hot. It is September already, but dude, it is super hot. So poor Toby's gonna cry a little, maybe shift a little in his bed, but we'll see. I just realized I have a scratch here on the top of my lip, a little bit of a mini breakout, nothing to be alarmed. But yeah, this is what my skin looks like. My diet has been a little bit better, not all that great. I have been working out a little bit more this week as well. And as far as my environment, the AC has been on day and night, in the car, at home, at work. So my skin does feel, it just feels like it needs a good exfoliation. So let's chat about the mask and directions for use. So while doing my research for this mask last night, I did notice that there was a little bit of a discrepancy between the directions listed in the unit carton and those listed in the actual bottle. The unit carton does call for fingertip application, and so does online, and whereas the bottle calls for a cotton round application. And because this is a clear liquid consistency, I am going to apply this with a cotton round. So as you can see, I have yet to even open this babe, but here it tells us to dispense onto a cotton pad and apply evenly to clean skin while avoiding eyes. Slight tingling is common. Leave on for 2 minutes, then rinse thoroughly with water to neutralize peel. For best results, you do want to use this 2 times a week at night with continued use. So on our unit carton, it does call for using fingertips. Apply 2 to 3 pumps evenly to clean skin while avoiding eyes. Slight tingling is common. Leave on 2 to 3 minutes, then rinse thoroughly with water to neutralize treatment. For better results, use up to twice a week at night with continued use. So there is that discrepancy. Because this is a clear kind of liquidy consistency, I am going to apply it with some cotton rounds today. So we're gonna peel this babe off. And I just did my nails, you guys. I don't want to chip my fresh mani. Sorry if you can hear noise downstairs. Fantastic. So this is what the unit looks like after the plastic has been taken off. So we're going to take, it says 2 to 3 pumps on a cotton round. So I'm going to take, oh, okay, so it's not as runny as I thought. So maybe you could do a more of a finger application. I don't detect a scent, so we'll go ahead and start here at the chin. Cool, and it is 218. Apply a little bit more. I'm not feeling anything. Okay, so we'll just wait 2 minutes since it's a very short kind of masking period. I am starting to feel a tingle, and it is right here along between my brows here, and just a little bit here along the laugh lines, which is normal for me. Very easy to apply. I did use, I think, 5 pumps in total just because I didn't feel a tingle upon initial application. It's activating a little bit for sure. I'm starting to feel it right along this portion of the cheek. But overall, there's just a slight, shine to the skin. I can feel it drying up, but it's not kind of that uncomfortable, tight feeling that you can get with some drying clay masks. All right, so now it's 2:19. Feeling really good for it being 30% lactic acid. Sorry if it's a little dark. I wonder if it feels different with a fingertip. You know what? I have a feeling I like the fingertip application better. Just feels like there's more product on the skin. That's why I don't like cotton rounds. Sometimes just kind of absorb everything. Even though I went ahead and applied a little bit more, I'm not feeling that much of a difference as far as the tingle or the pinprickle is concerned. But every time I say that, I feel like it activates all over again. And it's just where I applied that other layer. So from having used it with the cotton round and the actual finger application, I'm going to say that I feel that the finger application is better because I think that the cotton round just absorbed the majority of the product that was supposed to, lay over the skin. So now that it's been 3 minutes, I am going to go ahead and wash this off with cold water, right? Oh no, it doesn't say the temperature of the water, but I'm going to go with cold water. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. So now I'm back after rinsing the product from the skin, or neutralizing, if you will. I did do a few extractions here in the restroom. I typically like to do extractions after doing an exfoliating treatment, especially since I hadn't done any extractions throughout the week. So I might be a little bit red here along the chin and nose. I did notice, however, that I brought the product up too close to this eye, so it's a little bit red, and it's not raised really, it's just red. And there is no heat, so I think we should be okay. So now I'm going to tone the skin, and I'm going to be using the Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench Hyaluronic Cloud Hydrating Toner Mist. I'm going to let that dry, and as that dries, I do want to tell you that I definitely prefer the fingertip application as opposed to the cotton round. I feel like maybe with the cotton round that may have I may have applied it too close to the eye with using the cotton round, just because I felt like I wasn't applying much. So there is a little bit more control if you apply it with your fingers, or you can definitely use a brush instead, which I totally should have done that, but I was so not confused as far as the way to apply this over the skin. So next time I may just use a brush. If not, I'll use my fingers. As far as the neutralizing process or the removal process, it was fairly easy. I do wish that I would have used colder water, just because I felt that as I made my way to the restroom, the product felt a little bit more active over the skin. Again, there was no scent to it, which is great. There was definitely a tingle, a pinprickle throughout the entire kind of masking process. It was a little bit localized in the beginning, but then as I walked to the restroom to remove it, I did kind of feel it all over. So this is not a self-neutralizing mask, and you definitely have to rinse it off to remove it. After, toning the skin, there is definitely some luminosity to the skin. This side is still a little bit wet. This side feels really smooth. And then I will keep you guys updated as far as like what's going on over here. It does not feel warm. But yeah, there is a radiance to the skin. It does look a little bit plumper and maybe a little bit more lifted. But yeah, now I'm not going to go too far into it. So this is the Pro Strength Retinoid Peptide Serum. Oh, it says you want to apply nightly to cleansed face. Okay, so I'm not going to use this. Never mind. So I have toned the skin with Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench Hyaluronic Cloud Hydrating Mist. I'm gonna go in with the Pharmacy Very Cherry Bright 15% Clean Vitamin C Serum with Acerola Cherry. This is also a product that I am reviewing in another video, so you will see this application twice. I hope you all do not mind. You have seen me apply this to the skin before, however, so I'm just going to do it to see how, this serum or how this mask kind of affects the routine that I have been doing quite a bit recently. Skin is super sensitive. Oh, this is so relaxing. And for moisturizer, I'm gonna go in with the Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench Hyaluronic Cloud Cream Hydrating Moisturizer. I have been using this quite a bit for not just daytime but nighttime routines as well. I do make sure to follow this with an SPF. Oh. And this actually feels quite different today. It feels more like when I apply it over the skin when I don't have anything over it, like a serum. And then for a sunscreen, I am going to do the Peter Thomas Roth Max Mineral Naked Broad Spectrum SPF 45 here. I do like this because it has a slight tint to it. I have been using this for the majority of our dog walks recently and just for my daytime routine in general. It's so hot. This is what my skin looks like after doing a daytime routine after using the Lactic Pore treatment. lactic acid complex. Now this does call for nighttime use. I am using it during the day only because this is the only time I have to film, but definitely use this at night. I have a slight feeling that if you already own a number of Peter Thomas Roth products to kind of calm the skin after masking, I definitely suggest going in with the cucumber mask after using this to calm the skin, minimize redness, and give the skin some more hydration. I was tempted to do that after masking myself, since that's typically what I do when I do mask and I'm not filming. I like to go in with an exfoliating treatment and then follow it with either a gel calming mask or a firming mask. So yeah, sorry, I need to wipe the sweat off my upper lip. So that is what my skin looks like. You can definitely see that the redness here along this area is calming down, and that's what the rest of the skin looks like. So now I am going to do my makeup off camera, turn on the AC, of course. Let's see, how hot is it? It is 90 degrees today. And I am on the upper level. So I am going to do my face, turn on the AC, and charge this camera battery, and I will see you in a bit.
Basic average shimmery red. There is a little bit of like a warm orangey fire element to it. I don't know how to explain it, but it is a very stunning red. Then we have Royal Jewels. I love this name. This is actually one of the shades we included at the very end. I thought the palette was missing a very light peachy kind of crease, so we went with a shade.
So after masking with this, it was definitely an experience. Even though I had avoided any retinol or glycolic acid serums throughout the week, I did find that my skin was a little bit sensitive here along this area. Obviously you can't tell because I'm now wearing makeup, but I don't feel a tingle and it doesn't feel active. I mean, it didn't feel active after I removed it, but I was kind of scared and freaking out a little bit, but that's me just being me and anxious. But I feel fine. If anything changes, I will be sure to note that in the bottom bar down below for you. As far as how my skin did during the skincare routine that I showed you all, it did fine. It was definitely a little sensitive as I applied products and kind of massaged them and worked them into the skin, but I feel like that is very typical for my normal skin to just kind of become red and flushed after massaging things into it. So there was no difference as far as product performance is concerned, except for when I applied the moisturizer. For me, it felt as when I initially did a kind of swatch for you all, where it just kind of melted and was quickly absorbed by the skin. So I had that effect over the entire face, which I don't ever do, even though I have gone in and used Very Cherry Bright under this guy for the last, I want to say 2 to 3, maybe even 4 weeks now. But as far as when I would use this, because I am filming, I of course applied a full face of makeup. I did try to go a little light as far as, you know, everything else that's going on. But this is definitely a nighttime treatment. And like I mentioned during my post-masking, sorry, Toby's like dreaming. He's like chasing something in his dreams. Baby boy. So, like I mentioned during my post-masking wrap-up, if you feel like this is too potent for you, I would follow it with a calming gel-based mask. Do use this very, very carefully. As far as when I would use this, again, definitely at night. How does this wear under makeup? I would not use this before applying makeup. Like I did today. I just did that because I'm filming. But despite, you know, me wearing makeup now, does it look nice? Yeah, it does. My makeup looks really nice right now. My skin looks great. It feels exfoliated and makeup looks great. But again, I wouldn't use this before makeup application since it's such a high percentage of lactic acid. You do want to make sure that your skin kind of breathes after using such a strong treatment. I would recommend this to anyone with combo, normal, or oily skin. And skin that has been conditioned to acid use. If you are concerned with pores, dryness, and uneven tone, this is a solid option for you. I do feel that like that thicker, oily skin would really, really thrive by using a product such as this, as it will kind of unglue and work to exfoliate the skin and remove all of that dead cellular debris that tends to congest and dry the skin. So this will definitely help to decongest and maybe open up the pathways to hydration. I would not recommend that you use it with a cotton round as I did. I would actually recommend that you either go in and use a brush with this, or like the directions in the box say, that you use it with your fingertips. That way you have more control over where the product goes on your skin. As far as rating, I didn't notice any fragrance. I do actually think that Peter Thomas Roth tests on animals. Let's see. Does Peter Thomas Roth test on animals? Okay, so is Peter Thomas Roth cruelty-free? According to ethicalelephant.com, no, Peter Thomas Roth is not cruelty-free, as their products are sold in mainland China, where animal testing is required by law, and they also cannot guarantee their raw material suppliers do not test on animals. Oh, well, this is sad. So that ticks off a point for you. Poor packaging. I do like the packaging. It's in a glass unit. You can open and close this, which I like. As far as, you know, having to maybe apply this with a brush, you would have to put it on, you know, like a little cuppy or a little masking cup. That way you can pick it up with your brush, or if you're just using it with your fingertips, you'll just, you know, pour it onto your fingertips and then apply it to the face. So I'm not going to deduct a point for packaging, and I do not believe this has any drying alcohols. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to tick a point off for that animal testing. But as far as performance, I mean, I think it did what it said it would do. So, you know, it definitely exfoliated my skin. I was a little kind of worried about this area, but as I applied my makeup, it was pretty much, the redness was pretty much gone. This is definitely a strong at-home treatment. So I would advise that you stop using any glycolics, any lactic, or any retinol use. I want to say maybe 5 days to 3 days before you use this product on your skin, as it can potentially sensitize, irritate, or burn your skin. So I am going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. Is that what I think that's what I want to give it. yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. Just because I feel like I did what I would have wanted to kind of prep the skin before using such a strong treatment. And I feel like my skin was still kind of sensitive to it. So it is very strong. So even being a professional here, I found that, you know, even doing the things that I would typically advise for my clients to do, this was still quite strong. So I will be sure to use this one more time before I upload so that I can give you more of an update and see if maybe my rating will change. And you know, this issue here could just be due to the fact that maybe I'm stressed out, maybe my hormones are a little funky, maybe my diet has been off, or my environment. You know, I've had the air conditioner on all day, every day, so my skin is a little bit surface dry. So maybe that could have caused this little bit of sensitivity, or it could have just been the cotton round application. So the reason why I'm docking another point is because I guess the instructions weren't clear enough, and when I did go in with a cotton round, I feel like maybe that also caused me to apply it too close to the eye area. So that was my bad. So I would say maybe fix the instruction discrepancy. Don't apply it with a cotton round, apply it with your fingers or a brush. Do make sure that you avoid any acids or retinols before going in with this. I think that is all I have for this video. I know I really wanted this to be like, oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. And you know, maybe I will later on during the year, maybe when it's fall or actually fall, when my skin isn't affected by my environment, maybe my skin will react much better to it. And if that is the case, I will update that in the bottom bar down below for you all whenever you see this video. So that is all I have for you all. I hope you enjoyed this video on the Peter Thomas Roth Pro Strength Lactic Pore Treatment, 30% lactic acid complex. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you are notified whenever I make a brand new upload, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. And the top knot is back because it is 90 degrees in LA. Already sweating over here? Fuck. I didn't hit record and I already applied the serum. So hot. So I'm going to say, sorry.